Today's agenda for the K-12 webinar is using data and analytics to improve educational outcomes. Pleased to announce we've got two great guest speakers for today, which is Lucy Collet from Ravenswood School for Girls. Lucy is the Director of Analytics. We've also got Raju Varanasi, who's the CIO from Parramatta Diocese of Catholic Education.
Yes, good afternoon. So my name's Lucy Collet and I'm the Director of Student Analytics at Ravenswood School for Girls. And I'm here today just to share our analytics journey. My position was created about 3 years ago. So this first slide just is an excerpt from my position description. So my job was created in recognition that schools have a lot of rich and valuable data, and that as a resource perhaps was not being used as well as it could be to improve student outcomes, teacher efficacy and more. So realistically, though, on this slide, this probably was the initial goals and expectations of my job. I was asked to track and analyse student performance over time, review student achievements, try and develop a holistic picture of student performance and engagement, and provide leadership in the development of Synergetic, which is our database that we use at school, and improve the data mining from that. So the reason I went with visualizations is very simply put on this slide. On the left, I didn't want to be looking at data like that. I wanted to be looking at data as it's shown on the right, because on the right, straight away, as soon as you look at that, you start asking questions. So what we wanted to do was really have more of this. So what I decided to do was download a free copy of Tableau and have a go at putting together a dashboard that gave an overview of students' performance. I had data from multiple sources, so I had data from Synergetic, and also I had NAPLAN data in Excel spreadsheets. And these are all very well documented and very well kept, but not being used very much. This was now a one-stop shop for a view of current performance, with NAPLAN giving an indication of expectations and potential. But it also was used to see how a student was performing relative to their cohort in each subject, whether something going wrong was a subject issue or whether it was the whole student issue. So I could quickly identify, rather than flicking between screens, if a student had an issue, whether it was across all their subjects or whether it was a particular head of department I had to go and talk to. The data wrangling was becoming a bit unmanageable. I was in fear of the end of year coming up and what was going to happen when we rolled over and all the students moved into a new year. And I had a very high demand from students and parents, and the data extraction was becoming slow and time consuming for me. So we felt at this point we really needed help. I felt I needed help. We weren't in a position to employ anyone else at the school, and we kind of knew what was working, so we decided to bring on board some consultants to help us with the next step. So MIP came on board. We chose them because of their existing relationships with educational entities. We're very understanding of what we wanted. We're very positive about what I'd done already, which was really encouraging, and came back to us with a detailed design and statement of work and what industry best practice was. The solution involved moving to Tableau server, and anyone logging on then has access to live data. There were more users. We were able to filter by user, so the exec gets a different look to the subject coordinators. That's a quick summary of where we are now and what our offering looks like at the moment. We have Tableau server with 10 users. They're kind of generic logins. So I have a login for subject coordinators, I have a login for year coordinators, and they can see different dashboards. A fair way down the track, but still a long way to go. There's lots of things I guess I'd still like to do, and we're dreaming about putting on there. But we feel much now more secure in the way the journey's going. And I think Tableau and MIP has helped us get there.